Hey, this is Brittany with marvelandmake.com. Today I'm going to walk you through how to make vanilla custard ice cream. And vanilla custard ice cream is one of our favorites. I'm so glad that we're getting into the warmer months, and so it's just more appropriate. Today we just got back from the blueberry farm. We picked buckets and buckets of blueberries. So I'm going to be making a blueberry cobbler tonight and then freezing the rest to use throughout the rest of the year. But we're going to have that with some vanilla ice cream. So this is a custard. Custard is made with egg yolks. You do warm the egg yolks, but you don't quite cook them all the way. So make sure that you are using eggs from a trusted source. These eggs are from our chickens. And then you're going to also, for your sugar, I'm using Honey Granules. You could use sucanat, rapadura, demerara, cane sugar, maybe like an organic cane sugar. I would just avoid something that's been heavily processed, white refined sugar, something like that. It's just a completely empty food. So, and then also we are using some raw milk. You can use whole milk. You could use store-bought milk. And then I have some store-bought cream and a vanilla bean. He smells so good. So you're going to be using the whole vanilla bean as well as some vanilla bean paste, which is one of the things that I absolutely love for baking. So those are our main ingredients, also a little bit of salt. So I'm going to show you how I do it, okay? So we're going to measure 2 cups of milk, and I'm going to do this just in the same measuring cup. 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of cream. And this is a heavy whipping cream. I always have heavy whipping cream on hand. I prefer it over anything else in my coffee. I always have heavy whipping cream in my coffee. But then also, it's great for making ice cream.
Then you want to take your vanilla bean and cut it all the way down the side. So if you've never done this, you are not cutting all the way through. You're cutting one side so that it will fillet open. Then take the back side of your knife and scrape down the bean to get all of those seeds out. You could also use a spoon to scrape all the seeds out. Put the seeds as well as the whole pod into a saucepan with your milk and your cream mixture. Then you want to add a little bit of salt and your sugar. This is a 1/2 cup of the sugar, so it's not the full amount of sugar that is called for in the recipe. And all of the ingredient measurements are listed below. Then while that is warming on medium heat, you can go ahead and separate your eggs. You want 8 egg yolks, so you can either crack the eggs and allow the shell to kind of catch the yolk, or you could use your clean hands to separate the yolk from the whites. Once you have 8 egg yolks, add the rest of your sugar to that container. Again, ingredient measurements are below. And then take a electric mixer and mix it until it thickens. You'll notice a difference when it thickens. Then use your warm milk and cream and vanilla mixture to add into your yolks. This is called tempering your eggs. Basically, you are warming your eggs slowly so that you're not cooking them. That's an important step. Then once they're warmed, you can add the yolk mixture into the pot with the rest of the warmed milk. Do that slowly and just, mix as you go. Then you want to take that stock pot, put it back on your burner over medium heat and continue to warm it. I usually go for about 3 or 4 minutes. If you want to use a thermometer to make sure it doesn't get too hot, you can do that. I don't let mine get past 170 degrees Fahrenheit. So just make sure you're stirring as you go. Then this is a larger measuring cup and a mesh strainer, mesh sieve. Pour your mixture through that to catch the pod, and then add your vanilla in. So this is vanilla bean paste. I like vanilla bean paste better than vanilla extract. I just think it gives it a richer flavor, but either one will absolutely work. Mix that in really well. And then you want to take a little bit of plastic wrap and put this over the top. You're going to set this whole thing into the fridge for a few hours, or if you can even do this overnight, that's really better. But push your plastic wrap down on the custard so that it doesn't form a skin while it's cooling.
Okay, so it's been a few hours, and this is really better if you can let this sit overnight, but a couple hours will do if you're in a pinch. So I'm just going to pull this plastic wrap off of the top, and then you just want to use your ice cream maker to churn the ice cream. The one that I'm using is a pretty inexpensive one. It's from Cuisinart, but basically you freeze the bowl, so you're not dealing with like rock salt or anything like that. You freeze the bowl. I keep mine in the freezer all the time, so if I want to make ice cream, I can just whip it up. So I've just pulled this out of the freezer, goes into the container, and this is the blade to churn it. Put that in and turn it on, and then you're just going to pour your mix in. Some of the vanilla bean, the seeds have settled to the bottom, so I'm just stirring that up. You don't want to lose those. Okay, and I'm just going to let that go for about 15-20 minutes until it's nice and firm. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes or so, and the ice cream is all churned up. I'm going to put it into a container to go into the freezer and just let it kind of get a little bit more firm, and serve it with some, for tonight, serve it with some blueberry cobbler. Okay, so that's how you make vanilla ice cream custard. Follow marvelandmake.com for more nutrient-dense recipes. Thanks for watching.